So I'm just loading the bike up. It's about 6:30 AM. Over an overnight stay in Oulad Behil. I stayed at the Palais Riyad Hida, which was really nice. Give you an idea of what it looked like. This is the gardens leading down to the swimming pool, which was a great relief when I got in last night, and it was 36 degrees. That was a nice way to end the day. So we're just about to shoot off this morning, headed to Ouarzazate. Today it's about 220 odd miles, but I'm hoping for an early start. I've got to ride the Tizi and test today, which is one of the main reasons for coming here. But I noticed last night, as you can see, I've got a puncture repair going on the tyre. Not only have I got that old puncture that I had that I repaired, which appears to have a small leak to it, but I've got a nail in my tyre now as well. I was debating whether to pull it out and do a full repair on it. But I thought, well, I'll use the emergency puncture repair first, see how we get on with that. And what I might do is at Ouarzazate, well, I'm hoping to get in a bit early and leave a bit later tomorrow. We'll see if it needs a proper repair after that. But I'm going to jump on the road now, just got to get loaded up, got to go and pay. Then we'll head up to Ouarzazate. Got a nice hotel for this evening. Today we're off to the Tizi and test, and a slight concern about my rear tyre. It's very low again last night. I pumped it up to about 30 psi just for a check. Checked it this morning, it's down to 15 again, so it's got a decent slow puncture on it. There is a nail in it. I've got some water on the nail and it didn't seem to be blowing at all. That might have been because of the low pressure, of course. So plug that in. So I'm not entirely sure what is going on, but I was thinking about doing an emergent full-on repair on it. But yeah, I had a nail in it. Obviously I don't know where I got it. Could easily have been on that track yesterday. It's a bit of a pain, but so I stuck the emergency repair on it. I do have a proper repair kit, but hopefully it'll get me across this mountain, across the Tizi, and over to Ouarzazate this afternoon, fingers crossed. Hopefully we won't have any problems getting over it. So hoping for a good day today. This road really is sublime. Actually, I think last time I came over this, it's very foggy, certainly down in the valley. Was it? No, it wasn't foggy in the valley, it was foggy on the top. I didn't get much of a view until I got down a bit further. Just reminded, coming around that corner where I saw it. I think it might have even been a little bit damp. I was here in March last time, it's obviously April now. That month makes a massive difference to the temperatures. It was nowhere near this hot last time I was here. So I reckon the time to come is late March, early April. You don't get that intense afternoon heat. Say afternoon, it's from like, from like midday onwards, probably even 11 o'clock onwards. So you're hitting 30 degrees. Go above a palm tree lined route. Like a landscape horse and bike track. So can we see the road? Oh, up there, that building. So these guys are farming. And a shitty bit of road. It's a decent climb this. We've come off the valley floor. Don't know how high we are already. Don't have an altimeter. Boy, that road got
shit quick. This is what I remember the Tizi being like. Flappy and gravelly and beaten to shit. Well, that might have been the last of the good bit of road. So Tizi has been named one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Well, there seems to be a hell of a lot of those. I seem to have ridden a lot of them. And that bottom bit, you think, well, what's the fuss about? This is just like an alpine pass. But this is why it's one of the most dangerous roads in the world. It's because it's got such a shit road surface. Son of a drop, look at that road. This is what I remember it being like. They've obviously improved the bottom section. Unless it was like that last time, I can't actually remember. This was all in mist last time I came over, which made it particularly interesting. The state of it. Get onto that gravelly bit, I think. The road's bad when the gravel bit is smoother than the tarmac bit. Up and down with the sheer drop and sunshine right in my eyes. Yeah, don't ride off the edge looking at the view. That's always my tip. Whoop, won't want to go off there. But to be fair, I'm yet to find a drop I'd like to go off. So second, third gear all the way up here. Engine's heating up a bit again. Hopefully the tyre's okay. Yeah, places you don't want to get stuck to break down. Well, this wouldn't be as bad as yesterday. Boy, can you imagine? I'd still be up on that mountain. Wonder what the fuck I was doing with my life. Just go on an EasyJet touring holiday instead of this shit. Still, I suppose it's the bad bits that you remember. That's the adventure. Still going to let me past. Possibly, probably, yes, thank you. A little leg wave. The Dr. Dangle. Oh, what's going on with that? Does that mean my tyre's gone? Little wobble. Let's hope not. Let's just hope it was just a bit of gravel. Doesn't feel great. That could be in my head though. Feels a bit wibbly wobbly. Look at this. Still going up. Still going up. Pulled down quite dramatically now out of that sun. No sun on the rocks. 17 degrees now. Feel the freshness. It's nice. Still a shitload of heat pumping out of my tyre. Oh dear me, look at this. Holy crap. Oh, smooth tarmac. Oh well, we'll just leave out a massive section 3/4 of the way up and then we'll do the top. Oh, that's lovely. Smooth tarmac's lovely. Still lack of safety down there still. That's what makes these roads so great. Chance, imminent death. Oh, this might be the top. Head down the other side now. So you can go at that track. Not going to do that. Lemma Stuffer's place. Ooh. Where are all the bikers? I keep seeing bikers. I get to a hotel, I get up the next morning, there's 10 bikes parked outside. It's happened 3 times now Where are they all? Not seen any on the roads that I'm riding. And I'm riding the best roads, man. Where are they? Maybe I'm just missing them. Maybe they all came through before, or they're coming through later. I don't know. Freaking road there, that's bonkers. Still got 38 miles to go before I turn off. Oh, something feels fucked. What is that? Shit, I'm fucking flat. Fuck. 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 Well, that's fucked me. Oh, please be able to fix this. Please be able to fix this.
So a bit of a disaster. I'm just down in the kind of foothills of the Tizi and Test. I've just come over this mountain behind me, and in the last 100 yards or so, I had a pop. Unfortunately, my greatest fear is a puncture. And I was having a look to see what it was, and the nail that I got yesterday is still in there. That seems to be intact, but I've just put a repair into here. Unfortunately, this hole is pretty big, and I think the maximum amount you can do is about 3mm, and this was more like a whole centimetre. So I don't know if this is going to hold, but I seriously hope so, because I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. And if I can't get this repaired, I'm just proper screwed. I don't know what I'm going to do. Miles from bloody anywhere. It's about 40 miles to my next turn off, so I don't even know where the next town would be. I know that there's a petrol station a bit further down, but I don't know that a petrol station would be able to help me. My best bet would be finding someone who will be able to put an inner tube in on it, but where am I going to find someone who's going to do that around here? So I've given it a repair. I'm going to wait for that to hopefully take. We'll try and pump it up and we'll see what happens, and fingers crossed, Jesus, fingers crossed it will hold. Okay, so I've got the repair in. I've got the pump on the go. I charged the pump up last night. It does seem to be going up, fingers crossed. It's very slow. It's on. And this is the repair. Just desperately crossing my fingers that this is going to work, otherwise, Jesus.
Okay, so I've done as best a repair I can on it. For the time being, there's a big split. There's a good centimetre long across the knobbly bit as well. It didn't look good, and it deflated very, very quickly. I thought I heard something. It started to wobble. I pulled in within 50 metres. It was flat when I stopped, so that's not good. And it's, well, theoretically too big a hole to repair with the puncture repair that I had, which says, well, the one that I said says 3mm. Well, this was a good fucking 9 or 10mm, I reckon. but I spent some time working it into the hole, trying to fill the hole. Just pray that it holds. Question I've got to do now is assuming that it does hold. So right down here to the petrol station. I think there's a petrol station down here somewhere. At least back in some degree of civilization, maybe someone who can help. I don't know if anybody would have an inner tube. I knew I was going to get punctured today. I just fucking knew it. Okay, so we roll down here. It seems to be, feels okay at the moment. I've put it up to about 36. Supposed to be on 42 with luggage cold, but of course it wasn't cold. I'm not quite sure what the right temperature, what the right PSI to lump it up to would have been. Guess we're just gonna have to wait and see on this one. I am at least moving. That's a relief. And I think I properly shit myself then for a second when I saw that hole. I had a similar one in Scotland. Didn't have the puncture repair on me. And it doesn't feel that great, to be honest. Didn't have the puncture repair on me. Had to get the AA out. He tried to do a repair on it and he said no, the hole was too big. That was the first thing I thought when I saw this hole. Man, that whole bit is too big to fill. But I'm hoping they build a fair amount of, you know, slack into that. You know, we'll only guarantee up to 3 mil, but actually it will do up to 10. But no guarantees. But I don't know. I just hope I can keep moving. Question now is, if it does hold, what do I do? Do I leave that in there, continue on the trip? Oh, I've got to continue on the trip in terms of getting home. Don't know how likely I am to be able to find a tyre in Morocco. I could almost certainly find one in Spain if I can make it back to Spain. But then if I make it back to Spain, you know, do I need to? Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Oh man. Please hold, please, 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 please hold. You know, that's not what we want. Not here. Well, still feels okay. Wouldn't say I was confident of anything yet, but as it's gone down immediately, got me a bit further. Got 30 miles. No, that's just straight on 30 miles. What's going on here? Got a long way to go. Still got 180 miles to go to get to Zazat.
So I made it to the bottom of the hill and ended up at the petrol station and had a look at it, and it was popping out a little bit. It didn't look great. It doesn't look that great now, to be fair. I've just managed to pump it up again, but it basically popped out. I think due to the size, got a little bit of dust on it. Trying to get rid of the stickiness. Hopefully that will stay in. I've managed to trim off a little bit. Fingers crossed that will actually hold. Anyway, so I think the thing now to do is I'm going to have to push on and just cross my fingers that I'm going to make it. I've trimmed my route down. It's 130. Still got 170 miles to get to Ouarzazate. I think I'm just going to have to try and push on and try and get there and see if there's any way to get anything fixed when I get there. Fingers crossed.
Definitely, I've trimmed the, I've adjusted the, I don't know, the, I don't know what you call it, the, 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 sat nav so that it's now going the car route, which is basically the quickest route, not necessarily the shortest but the quickest. Should keep me on roughly main roads. Maybe if I have a problem later, might be able to get someone to help. Don't know what help they'll be able to give me though. Well, we're just gonna have to push on and hope for the best. Oh, I feel sick to the pit of my stomach. I need a better solution for punctures. I think that tyre is still losing air. It's feeling a bit light at the front end. Got that slight wobble you get when your tyre pressures are low. This road isn't fucking helping. A bit reluctant to stop. This is a bigger problem. Feel I need to just get to that hotel if I can. Reassess from there. But either way, I'm about as far as I'm going to get from Tangier. Most certainly a bike place in Algeciras, well, especially in Faro. I am at least moving. Oh fucking hell. These roads are doing me no favours at all. Oh, please just stay intact. Maybe you're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe that is going to hold. You're going to have done a great job getting yourself out of a potentially bad situation. You're looking on the positive side. Maybe. Well, wait until I'm at home before I stop. I managed to do about, what would I have done? Maybe 100 miles. I've stopped and checked the tyre a couple of times, and to be honest, it seems to be holding up from that second fix. It did feel a little bit squirrely still over the last 100 miles, but I was just fucking glad it was still moving. My plan was becoming just get to Ouarzazate and then reassess the situation from there, see what the best course of action is. So what I didn't want to be doing was heading out into the desert, which was the plan, with a dodgy tyre, run the risk of a puncture or it not holding, and then being fucking nowhere near anywhere, exposed, probably no shade, and almost certainly in a bit of trouble. The puncture repair itself looked okay. I don't think I trimmed it down well enough on the first one, but I really worked. I've got a slightly fatter one of those repair worms. I don't know what they're actually called. They might be called repair worms. They look a little bit like a long brown worm. I've seem to have found a slightly fatter one. I really worked that in and got probably 90% of it into the hole, into the tyre. I trimmed off the last little bit, used a bit of dust on the side of the road just to take the stickiness off it before I set off, and touch wood. Seems to just about be holding up, thank God. I was very, very worried when it went on the Tizi. The size of that hole was very, very concerning. A bit worried when it popped out at the petrol station as well. I put a bit more pressure in. It just kind of popped the repair out. I was messing about with it, trying to trim the excess off, and I must have left the razor blade on the side of the road, because all I had was my Leatherman, which isn't overly sharp. Unfortunately, it's been used a bit now, so I was kind of pulling at it a little bit. I don't think that helped, but when I trimmed it off the second time, I think I'd worked it into the hole a bit better, and I think I trimmed it off a little bit neater. As I said, I Made sure I've got a load of dust on it to take away the stickiness. It wasn't being pulled out by sticking to the road basically. And hopefully that's done the trick. Going to be in a Wazazat by around 210 it says at the moment. I think this is getting to the top, past all the cafes, some of the local bikers. When I say local, I mean Moroccan, on Moroccan plates. Not beef from anywhere obviously. They didn't look like they'd come a long way though, they just come out for a blast up the mountain and a nice cup of tea or coffee or something when they got there. Flattening out a little bit. 60 miles to go. 210, it's about 105, so another hour according to that. What did I say? 60 miles. Yeah, it's doable certainly. Even on these twisty roads. So I'm looking forward to getting to Waz. Whee! Brake. Getting to Waz and push. Reassessing. But I think, don't want to jinx myself, but seems to be okay, so fingers crossed it's going to be okay. What a beautiful road. And we're not at the top. Seemed to flatten out a bit. It looked like it was going to top off. But gonna have to go up a little bit more to get over this lot. Oh, our knees are starting to go again. Maybe a day off in Wales would sort me out. No rules against it. I just need to see if there's availability. I'm pretty sure maybe that's another place that says, oh, stop banging on about it and just get there. Oi, 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 oi. Col de Dichka 22. Well, it's the same height as Val Thorens. Almost, roughly, about. What the fuck are you fucking doing, you fucking cunt? Fuck's sake, man. Oi, 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 oi. big old lorry there. Well, despite the dramas, I'm glad I came this way. This is a lovely road. This is exactly my kind of road. Nice tarmac and over a mountain. And warm but not too hot weather. Don't ask so much. It's not too much to ask for, is it? Spectacular view. Well, there's probably slightly too much traffic, but could be worse. Wind, not me, the environment. Doing a hell of a lot of roadworks, aren't they? All over the place. Neutral for a bit. 75's not too bad. It's definitely been hotter. Oh, it's like Nevada, Monument Valley.